Welcome to Route to Write. In this video, we're talking about paragraphs. And by the end of this video, you'll hopefully understand what a paragraph is, you'll know about the different types of paragraphs, and you will know how to structure your own paragraph. So what is a paragraph? Well, when we refer to a paragraph, all we're talking about is a group of sentences that are all about the same topic or the same idea. Generally, paragraphs are separated by a blank line, and a standard paragraph really contains three main sections. That is a topic sentence, supporting details, and a concluding sentence. So there's really not too much to learn. Here is an example well-structured paragraph. Let's have a read of it and then look at these features of a paragraph in more detail. In my opinion, the colour blue represents loneliness and sadness. I say this because sometimes blue represents rain, and rain kind of reminds people of tears. When we are sad, we usually feel heavy, and people describe it as feeling blue, which means they are feeling sad or even sometimes tired. Blue can also stand for things like the sea, which is sometimes feared by people. Now, some may say that the colour blue represents inner peace and inspiration, but to me, blue stands for sadness and desperation. Although our connotations may be very personal, blue is a meaningful colour for many people. So to open this paragraph, we have a topic sentence. And the topic sentence is always the sentence that you'll find at the beginning of a paragraph. And it's a sentence that tells the reader what the whole paragraph will be about. So it's very important that this is a clear sentence. Next, we have the supporting details. These are all the details that back up what the writer said in the topic sentence. Now, obviously, the topic sentence of this paragraph was about how blue represents loneliness and sadness. So the writer then goes on to expand on this and explain why this is true. And then finally, we get to the concluding sentence, the final sentence in a standard paragraph. This concluding sentence links back to the topic sentence and kind of tries to tie it all together. The writer tells us that even though our connotations may be personal, blue is a meaningful colour to many people. So when it comes to what a paragraph looks like, many people like to visualise a burger. You'll see that the top bun represents the topic sentence of a standard paragraph. All of the fillings of the burger represents the supporting details. Now, of course, you need lots of fillings there to make a burger taste nice, just like you need lots of supporting details to write a strong paragraph. And finally, the bottom bun represents the concluding sentence. So this topic sentence and concluding sentence work together to keep everything organized. Imagine a burger without the buns, it would be very messy, just like a paragraph without the topic sentence and concluding sentence would be very unstructured and unorganized. Now, if you want to create your own standard paragraphs, there are a few steps that you can take. And the first step is to start with the topic sentence. Now, of course, this is a sentence that shows the focus of the paragraph. So when your readers read this sentence, they should know what to expect from this paragraph. So start your standard paragraphs by considering your topic sentence. Next, you should think about your supporting details. This is where you will support your main point. You might use evidence to prove your point, or you might give readers reasons that they should believe you or whatever it is you're telling them. This depends on the kind of paragraph or the kind of writing that you're doing. Next, you'll get to the concluding sentence. You should write a concluding sentence that connects back to your topic sentence. It could briefly summarize the main point, but it's also good to use this sentence to help you transition to the next paragraph. So no standard paragraph is really complete without a concluding sentence. And next, you can make improvements on your paragraph. Go back to your paragraph. Look and see if you can add any sentence openers to make your paragraph flow better. Can you use transition words to lead from one sentence to another? Can you improve your punctuation by adding some more interesting punctuation so that you've got that variety in there? Or is there any vocabulary that you would like to improve to make your paragraph a bit more advanced or academic? Now, you may have come across pieces of writing that contain multiple paragraphs. Lots of essays, for example, contain 5 paragraphs. And that can be quite confusing because you might wonder what types of paragraph to write. Well, longer texts like this are made up of lots of different paragraphs, and we're going to briefly look at those types of paragraphs together. So in a longer text, the first paragraph we often call the introduction. And the introduction is the beginning of the writing, and it kind of acts like a longer topic sentence in that it tells the readers what the writing is going to be about, but it also makes them want to read on. So in a longer text, the first paragraph is called the introduction. Then we get to the body paragraphs. Now, this is the main part of your essay, and these paragraphs really just follow the standard paragraph structure. So that is, it will contain a topic sentence to tell you what the body paragraph is about. It will contain supporting details to support that topic sentence, and they will all finish with a concluding sentence. So by knowing how to write a standard paragraph, you also know how to write strong body paragraphs for an essay. And finally, the last paragraph in a longer piece of writing is called the conclusion. And this is the paragraph that ties your main points together, and it shows the readers why your writing really matters. It's always nice here to leave your readers with something big to think about. And in a way, it's kind of like the shorter concluding sentence at the end of each body paragraph. Now, some people find it very difficult knowing when to start a new paragraph and when to continue the paragraph. And there's something very simple to remember to help you with this. It's called tip-top. So if you are ever moving to a new time in your writing, or a new place in your writing, a new topic of writing, or a new person in your writing, you should start a new paragraph. So for example, if you're moving a week in the future in your writing, start a new paragraph. If you were describing one place and then began describing another, that would need a new paragraph too. If the topic about which you are writing changes, then the paragraph should be different. And if the person about whom you're writing changes, that should be a new paragraph too. So this doesn't have to be too difficult, but it might just take some practice getting used to it. But try and remember tip-top, and this will help you remember when to start a new paragraph. Now, there are many common paragraph mistakes, and we're briefly going to talk about 4 of the most common mistakes. First of all is including irrelevant details in your paragraph. You need to remember that your paragraph must be a group of connected sentences. So if you're considering adding a sentence that doesn't really connect to that topic, it should probably be in a different paragraph. Next, some people don't start with a topic sentence, and this can make your readers very confused right from the beginning. If there's no topic sentence, your readers don't know what your paragraph is about. So make sure that every standard paragraph begins with a topic sentence. Lots of people write paragraphs that are too short. Now, although there's nothing particularly wrong with short writing, it often doesn't leave you enough space to include enough supporting details to fully back up your topic sentence. So you need to make sure that you're including at least 3 to 4 supporting details to support your topic sentence. And if you don't have that, then maybe your paragraph is too short. And finally, one that can be very confusing for readers is a random structure. If you don't stick to this standard paragraph structure, it can be quite difficult for your readers to understand your paragraph. We as readers are used to organized writing, and it helps us structure the information we're reading. So if there is no structure, if there is no organization, it can be very confusing to follow along with the information, but also to remember the information after we've read it. So to summarize, a paragraph is a group of sentences that are connected by topic. A standard paragraph usually contains a topic sentence, supporting details, and a concluding sentence. Finally, some paragraphs have different jobs. For example, some are there to introduce a topic, and some are there to conclude an essay and leave your readers something to think about. As you read more paragraphs, you'll become more familiar with the jobs, and you'll also become more confident in structuring them yourself.